After a Week 17 that started with a clash against Pittsburgh, the Browns, without their quarantined head coach, are now going to Pittsburgh for a wild card game in which both teams face the same critical stakes: win or go home. It's a similar story throughout the opening round of the playoffs that, like everything else this season, will be unprecedented. 12 teams in 6 games over 2 days, each of them filled with the same emotion every coach, player, and fan has clung to since August: hope. The poet Emily Dickinson wrote, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all." Somehow, 2020 never stopped. For the first time in history, there was an NFL regular season game held on every day of the week.
Wednesday Night Football, we appreciate you, but we got to get the hell out of here.
There were tense, uncertain weeks when teams were hit hard by COVID. But across the league, an all-hands-on-deck attitude prevailed. Nowhere more than in Denver, when wide receiver Kendall Hinton was pressed into duty at quarterback.
Going to be intercepted. That's just what you didn't want.
He didn't get the win, but Hinton earned a place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where his wristband is now on display. All season, hope kept surfacing to balance despair. It happened dramatically in the NFC East in Week 5, when Dak Prescott was lost for the year. But Alex Smith made his triumphant return after nearly 700 days on the sidelines.
Alex Smith is going to have his first snaps.
You saw his wife Elizabeth and the kids in the crowd. I mean, they love it.
What a great moment it is right there. That's fantastic.
Last Sunday, the football team laid claim to the division title, which was somehow fitting since they boasted 2 of the most inspirational stories of the year, in Smith and his head coach Ron Rivera, who battled cancer and found that hope sometimes rings instead of sings. It was a season full of courage and also contradictions. Instead of fans in the seats, we saw mostly cardboard cutouts. But silence in the stands meant we heard more from the field than ever.
This is weird.
This whole game?
No, just dead silence. You can hear the blimp. That's how quiet it is.
Last year was a culture shock to the brain.
The up-close feel was also lost when the media was forced to talk with players and coaches via Zoom.
What we in, so.
Damien, kind of speaking about frustrating and same theme from last year.
You in a bed,
frustrating?
Joe?
Huh?
You in a bed?
Well, I'm out of town, so sorry about that.
I like that headboard, man.
It was plenty awkward at first, but ultimately the new setup couldn't cork the humor, honesty, and emotion at the heart of professional football.
So if you can't go out there and you can't work out, you can't show up on time, you can't practice, you can't want to go out there and win, you shouldn't be here. Because this is a privilege. It's the greatest job in the world. You get to go out and play a game.
They say hope is not a plan. But if your plan was built on Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes this season, well, hope was the thing your opponent needed.
Apparently, the pick is in for Green Bay.
The story of Aaron Rodgers' year unexpectedly started on draft day, when he learned that his Packers were trading up in the first round to take their quarterback of the future. Instead of sulking, Rodgers soared, ending his record-setting season as the MVP favorite.
Aaron Rodgers, is he the MVP or what?
In a career of incredible seasons, this is the most incredible.
In Kansas City, Mahomes embraced this ultimate roll-with-it season by further mastering the art of improvisation.
It was like a shovel pass.
The Chiefs won 14 games, the most in the league, with a quarterback who ad-libbed at least that many arm angles and deliveries.
Look at this throw. It's just like a little chest pass from basketball.
You just don't see that.
You know what? That's Pistol Patrick Mahomes right there.
Hey.
Hope can be shared by young and old alike.
I love you, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Shoes untie.
43-year-old Tom Brady led the Buccaneers back to the playoffs for the first time since 2007.
Show them I'm still young, Griff.
3,000 miles away and 21 years younger, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert set a rookie record for passing touchdowns with 31.
How much fun was that, man? That was probably the coolest 15 minutes of my life.
But made the rookie mistake of letting his strength coach cut his hair. Hope may suffer setbacks, but it can't be defeated.
We just working. We happy to be back at work, baby.
That was the attitude throughout the most difficult grind of a season in history. With almost no one there to cheer them up, players fought to the whistle on every snap and made the NFL's 101st season the one with the least punts and most points.
Henry to the left with a stiff arm, throws a man down. Get you some. Oh, my.
You threw him into the suites. He's sitting with my wife right now and my kids.
No game seemed out of reach.
DK Metcalf, oh my goodness, somehow caught Buda Baker. DeAndre Hopkins caught it. He caught it for a touchdown with 1 second left. I can't believe it.
In that sense, hope wasn't the thing with feathers. It was the thing with laces, floating in the air, a dream that stayed aloft from summer camps to snow flurries.
Somebody's been shaking this snow globe.
It gave optimism and faith to anyone with the will to throw it,
Fitzpatrick somehow got the ball off.
chase it, or bring it down. That includes the defending NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. Before they even had a chance to beat back a Super Bowl hangover on the field, Kyle Shanahan's team had home games threatened by local wildfires, a roster crippled with injuries, and a COVID-induced relocation to Arizona. By week 17, they'd run out of weapons, but never out of fight. Now, their hope, like so many other teams, turns toward next season. At the other end of the spectrum, on the other side of the country, a fan base is poised to be rewarded for their decades-long hope in next year.
The Buffalo Bills are champions of the AFC East for the first time in 25 years.
The Bills are my feel-good story of the year for the way they've rewarded their faithful. Bills Mafia was there for its quarterback, literally, when his grandmother passed away. There again when the team landed at 2 in the morning with the division title in hand. And they'll be there this weekend, 6,700 strong, to watch the AFC's #2 seed in person for the first time this season. Right now, Buffalo is filled with a dreamy, lighthearted feeling that comes with believing, really believing you can go all the way. Of course, there are 13 other playoff cities where the same feeling also resides right now. And what they feel is hope, the thing that sings without ever stopping. With the postseason here, it's time for all of us to sit back, listen, and enjoy. NFL The Grind with me, Rich Eisen, only on Epix.